beautiful people, this is me, I'm your host, and today I'm gonna show you 3 different looks using the Elizabeth Arden color story, which was in one of her holiday collections. So if you're curious, then keep on watching. Recently about Elizabeth Arden Holiday Blockbuster Collection, and I did video about it, so I can easily post it somewhere. But in this one, I'm gonna show you 3 different looks using the products which were included. And what was it? It was the blush collection, eyeshadows, or let's say the eyeshadows collection for the night, one for the day, and then 2 lipstick. Before I'm gonna show you the looks, I'm gonna show you the swatches. You're getting 2 lipsticks. One, it's let's call it dirty rose shade. This one it's called Sangria, and it's a more bolder shade. The lipstick comes in a plastic tube, but guess what? You're gonna use the color, so the package shouldn't really matter. For the cheeks, you're getting, okay, they call this blushes. I call it highlight because it's so shimmery. But yes, you can easily use it as a blush. Now, because you got a variety of shades, it's gonna be perfect for light and dark skin tone. Okay, see if it's gonna focus. Alright, so we got the lipstick and you get the cheek colors. I'm gonna show you swatches of the colors. This is the day palette, and those are the shades which come in it. On the other side, we have a night palette. That's the way how it looks. And those are the swatches. Yes, it was a little bit more challenging. I'm gonna put into use the night palette, and those are the shades which come in it. And I think I'm gonna go with the purples. I'm gonna apply this shade on the, let's say, underneath my brow bone, just to even out the skin tone. And then I'm gonna apply the rest of the shades from the palette. This shade's gonna go in the crease, top of the excess, because the shadows are really soft, and what comes along with it is the fallout. And you rather shake off the excess now than have the little particles be stuck underneath you, underneath your eyes and on the rest of your face. This brush comes in a set, and I'm gonna use it to apply the pink shade on my lid. And similarly, you wanna shake off the excess. I'm gonna go back to the blending brush and merge those 2 shades together just to make sure there is no hard edges. With another blending brush, I'm gonna use the darker shades, and just put in the corner of my eye. Some people, they call it, what is it, the V? Most of the time I'm trying to follow others people tutorials, and it's kind of hard because everyone has their own eye shape. But pretty much you need to find out what's work for you best and then just keep sticking with it. Okay, no, that's not bad. So I have the, let's say, the beige color underneath the brows, then this shade on my lid, this one in the crease, and this one in the corner. And so far it's looking good. Okay, I'm gonna blend a little bit more, put shade underneath, and then apply the rest of my makeup and show you how it looks. This is my finished look using the night palette. What else I add? I add the dark shade underneath, then the golden one in the corner. On my brows, I have the L'Oreal Brow Stylist. On my eyes, the Elizabeth Arden Grand Entrance Mascara, which, if you can take a closer look, it gives you the length, and the more you're gonna apply it, you're gonna see the volume, or I should say achieve the volume. And then on my lips I have the lip liner and the color from the Elizabeth Arden collection called Mulberry Blush. Elizabeth Arden Holiday Collection. There are few makeup items such as eyeshadow palette, cheek palette, 2 lipsticks, full size of a mascara, and 2 blushes. In this part, we're gonna try something new. Okay, so in here, this one, that's their Arden blushes, which come with 3 shades. When you look at them, yes, they do look pretty. And you know what? Let me give you a swatches so at least you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, and that's the third one. Oh, you cannot even see the third one. Come on. Okay, so those are the shades. I would say this palette or those colors are universal. If you are darker skin tone, you can easily go with those 2 shades as a highlight and this one as a topper, or use it as an eyeshadow. And in reverse, if you are lighter skin tone, this is perfect as a highlight and those 2 as an eyeshadow. Even though it says for the cheeks, I'm gonna try to use this one on my cheeks and those 2 as an eyeshadow. And I'm gonna go with their, anyway, one of the brushes which was in the collection. So let me tap off the excess. We're gonna use this as a highlight. Ooh, it is shiny. The product is soft, which means you're gonna have a fallout, but you can easily avoid this by tapping off the excess. You know what? Possible I put too much, but I want you to be able to see it. Before I move on, I have on me foundation, concealer, a little bit of powder, so I'm not gonna shine too much, and a bronzer. So right now I apply the highlight, which yes gives you like a nice sheen. Just look at closer. Yeah, it is shiny. It has like a, I don't know, pink aftertone. Before I'm gonna move over, I'm gonna use the, let's call it neutral shade all over my eyes as a base. I'm gonna go with this shade on my lid to see how it's gonna look and also perform. Or similarly, you wanna tap off the excess because color, I should say the product, it's very powdery. You know what? It does looks pretty as an eyeshadow. Gives you, okay, because, okay, it says for the cheek, but even as the eyeshadows look pretty and it gives you that nice glow. That's the brush which comes in a set, so I use this brush to apply this shade and it did a nice job. Sometimes when you're buying a big set, yes, they do give you a brushes, but they're not always good. This one is soft, it doesn't scratches my eye, and it does applies the color. Okay, so that's the shade all over my eyes. I'm gonna go for the darker shade to put in my crease. Now, those shades are also soft. Yes, they have a little bit of fallout, but not as much as the cheek palette. I'm gonna go back with the light shade and clean the underbrow space and also soften out the edges between the colors. Okay, so I have 2 shades. Okay, it's looking nice. And now I didn't have any issues with blending. With the, here we go, with the smudger brush, I'm gonna go with the same brown shade underneath my eyes. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the yellowish shade in the corner of my eyes just to open up the eye. Here we go. Ooh, that's not bad. Okay, so now I'm putting the color a little bit further. Now I'm gonna go with the Lash Entrance Mascara, which comes in a red tube and has a bristle brush. I have this mascara previously, but as a sample, so now I can try the full size. And yes, it has spikes. What I like to do is to clean off the brush, because sometimes there's too much product and it's gonna get stuck on the lashes. So I apply few layers, and so far I like it. It did separate the lashes and give me a little bit of volume. I'm sure if I'm gonna put more layers, the effect is gonna be more dramatic, but for right now, I'm gonna leave the way it is. I'm gonna apply some eye pencil and brows. I have here 2 lipsticks. One, it's supposed to be for the day, and it's shade Mulberry Blush, and it looks like this. Okay. And then the second one, it's Sangria, and this is more golden color. Yes. All right, so let's try this one first. Okay, so that's the first shade, and yes, it is bold. That's the second color, which obviously is different than the first one. However, because of the variety, it will suit more skin tones. I'm gonna create another look using the Elizabeth Arden palette, or look using the Day palette, highlighting palette, mascara, and again I'm gonna use 2 brushes which were included in a set. And I'm gonna start by applying the highlight using the Ango brush. However, this time I'm gonna go very gentle, because you saw it that the highlight, it's really powerful, and yes, it can even blind you. I'm gonna use this shade underneath my brow, and yes, the colors are, when you touch them, they feel buttery and soft, and I would say yes, they are pigmented. However, you wanna be careful. I would say watch out when you take the color, because there can be a little bit of a fallout, and you rather shake off the excess than have the color underneath your eyes. Yesterday I saw neat look on Instagram, so I'm gonna give a try and see if I can recreate it. If it comes up, that's fine. If not, guess what, it's a makeup, you can always wash it out. So the way how it was, they apply a darker shade up the front of the eye and then at the end, and it was the same thing on the other side. They took a darker shade and apply in the outer corner. So let's do that as well. And then what they did, they apply a light shade, which could be their highlight, or in my case I'm gonna use this yellowish shade and apply in the middle. Okay, all right. Now it kind of makes sense. However, I'm still gonna blend the edges and add some color. At this point, I'm gonna curl my lashes, apply mascara, do the brows, and then I'm gonna be back for the lips. Okay, so that's the color of the lipstick, but you know what? Let me go with the red. This one, it's called Sangria, and yes, it is a bold shade. This one, it's Sangria, and yes, I think it looks way better. My thoughts about the palettes. Previously, I didn't use Elizabeth Arden eyeshadows, so this was a perfect opportunity for me to try it. As you saw it, I create different looks, and the nice thing about them, afterwards, I should say, every time when I went to bathroom and I was looking in the mirror, Let's say I was admiring my eyeshadows because they did look pretty. When you look at the shades, no, not getting any bold, or I should say neutral colors. They're more wearable because they are so neutral. It's gonna be easy for everyone to create a look. And yes, you're getting both matte and shimmers. And don't forget you have the cheek palette, which also you can use as an eyeshadow.